Hi dears, I am Yasir Arafat, Head of the Department of English, Calicut University Center, Kadmat. A happy and good news for our department. Our beloved principal, Dr. Aboobacker Puthamburiyal, has planned to deliver lectures through video platform for BA and MA English Language and Literature students of our department. You know, Dr. Aboobacker sir has the experience of teaching English language and literature for 40 years. So we are glad to hear his valuable lectures. We can expect since this video onwards more lectures for you. It is a maiden attempt from the part of the principals of Calicut University Center, Kadmat. I appreciate him. Let's enjoy his more videos. So don't want to prolong this introductory speech. Let me exchange my mic to him. Let's listen his voice. Thank you.
Today, let's go through the poem Goodbye Party for Miss Pushpa Tears. It's a poem written by the well-known Indian English poet Nizam Ezekiel. He was born in Mumbai, got his education at Wilson College, Mumbai, and Aboobacker College, London. Later on, he became a visiting professor at the University of Leeds. He was mainly a poet, and his first collection of poems, The Bad Day, was published in 1952. He has written some plays, stories, articles, and reviews as well. He received Kendra Sahitya Akademi Award and also Padma Shri. He was a satirist. Rather, most of his poems are satirical in nature. The present poem, Goodbye Party for Miss Pushpa Tears, is also a satire. You know what is a satire? The satire is a piece of writing in which we criticize something like a social evil or some negative traits found in certain people, or anything that deserves to be criticized in a humorous way. Here in this poem, Ezekiel satirizes the common mistakes creep into the English language spoken by we Indians, or the common mistakes committed while speaking English by Indians. So before analyzing the poem, let me read the poem first. Goodbye party for Miss Pushpa T.S. Friends, our dear sister is departing for foreign in 2-3 days, and we are meeting today to wish her bon voyage. You are all knowing, friends, what sweetness is in Miss Pushpa. I don't mean only external sweetness, but internal sweetness. Miss Pushpa is smiling and smiling, even for no reason, but simply because she is feeling. Miss Pushpa is coming from very high family. Her father was a renowned advocate in Balsar or Surat. I'm not remembering now which place. Surat. Yes. Once only I stayed in Surat with family members of my father's very old friend. His wife was cooking nicely. That is long time ago. Coming back to Miss Pushpa, she's most popular. She was most popular lady with men also and ladies also. Whenever I asked for her to do something, to do anything, she was saying, just now only, I'll do it. That is showing good spirit. I'm always appreciating the good spirit. Pushpa Miss is never saying no. Whatever I or anybody is asking, she's always saying yes. And today, she is going to improve her prospects. And we are wishing her bon voyage. Now I ask other speakers to speak, and afterwards, Miss Pushpa will do the summing up. Goodbye party for Miss Pushpa T.S. There is mistake in the very title. The expression goodbye party is wrong. It can be either farewell party or we can use send off. Goodbye party given to somebody or send off given to somebody. So the preposition for is also out of place there, but it is wrong there. It should be to. Goodbye farewell party to Miss Pushpa. Cheers. Then, friends, our dear sister is departing for foreign. So the practice of addressing anybody as brother or sister, that is part of Indian culture. But the English or the Europeans, especially the English, they do not have this practice of addressing others as brother or sister. So, our dear sister should be replaced with our friend or our colleague. And then coming to the third line, she is departing for foreign. So dear, the combination of the words dear and depart, they imply death. Usually we refer to the dear ones who are dead as the dear departed. So, our dear sister is departing. That is not the proper way of putting the idea there. Departing for foreign. Actually, it should be she is going abroad. See, we have a tendency to use foreign, the word foreign, as a noun. Actually, foreign is an adjective. So if you want to refer to a foreign country, we should say it so. He is going to a foreign country, or he is visiting a foreign country. Not he is going to foreign, or he is departing to foreign. And the most common way of putting it is he or she is going abroad. So here we can say our friend, our dear friend is going abroad, or our friend Pushpa is going abroad. Then, in the fourth line, we find in 2-3 days. There is the result of mother tongue influence. In Malayalam, we say, Randun Dosthanulil. Similarly, in Hindi, we say, Do Teen Dino Mein. But when we come to English, it should be in 2 to 3 days or 3 to 4 days. 2 to 3 days, not 2-3 days. So, our friend Pushpa, or our dear friend, is going abroad in 2 to 3 days. Then, you are all knowing, again, the wrong use of present continuous tense. So here, another point is to be noted. In English, there are certain verbs, especially verbs of perception, verbs related to feeling, that cannot be put in continuous tense or progressive tense. So you can't say, I am knowing. Similarly, you can't say, I am hearing. You can't say, I am seeing. So you can, instead of putting in continuous tense, you can say, I hear, I understand, I know. So, you are all knowing should be replaced with you all know. You all know, friends, what sweetness is in Miss Pushpa. What sweetness is in Miss Pushpa. That should be rewritten as or corrected as what a sweet woman she is, or she is a sweet woman, not what sweetness is in Miss Pushpa. Miss Pushpa is a sweet woman, or how sweet she is. I don't mean only external sweetness, but internal sweetness. That again is a mother tongue influence. ബാഹ്യ സൗന്ദര്യം, ബാഹ്യ മാധുര്യം മാത്രമല്ല, ആന്തരിക മാധുര്യവും. No. What the speaker means is she is sweet in appearance or behavior, and also she has got a sweet or nice character. So in that sense we should say she is a nice woman. She is a sweet woman, sweet or nice to look at or in appearance, and also has got a sweet or nice character. Then Miss Pushpa is smiling and smiling even for no reason. Again, the use of present continuous tense. So it can be expressed as she always keeps smiling, or we can see her only with a smiling face. Miss Pushpa is always found with a smiling face. It shows that she is always cheerful, or at least she wants to give the impression that she is cheerful, or it shows that she is light-hearted most often, or she always wants to keep a pleasant face. So instead of saying she is smiling and smiling, that can be avoided, that should be avoided. She keeps smiling always. But simply, even for no reason, but simply because she is feeling. She keeps smiling because, as I told you just now, she wants to give the impression that she is light-hearted, she is cheerful, she is pleasant. So that's why she keeps on smiling, or she keeps smiling. Then, Miss Pushpa is coming from very high family. Coming from a very high family is not a good expression. She belongs to, or she hails from a reputed family. She belongs to a reputed family, not she is coming from a high family. And this high family also has the implication, or it throws light into our caste consciousness, upper caste, lower caste. So high family, while referring to a family as high family, we have in mind the caste consciousness. She belongs to an upper caste family. So she belongs to a reputed family. is enough. Her father was renowned advocate. The adjective renowned can be replaced with a well-known or famous. Her father was a well-known advocate in Balsar or Surat. I'm not remembering now which place. I'm not remembering. Remember cannot be put in continuous tense. I remember. I don't remember which place. I don't remember exactly where her father worked as a lawyer in Balsar or Surat. So I'm not remembering is a wrong expression. I don't remember is the correct expression. Then in the next stanza, the speaker remembers the exact place. Surat, yes. Once only I stayed in Surat. So this once only once is the proper order of words, not once only. So that sentence should be rewritten as I stayed only once in Surat with family members of my uncle's very old friend. And these family members should be replaced with family. I stayed with the family of my uncle's very old friend. I stayed in Surat only once with the family of my uncle's very old friend. His wife was cooking nicely. So that line or that sentence gives the wrong impression that she was a cook. What the poet means is she was a woman of much hospitality. And in addition to being a hospitable woman, she knew cooking very well. She knew how to cook nicely. Okay. So instead of saying she was cooking well, we should say she was a woman of much hospitality and she was an expert in cooking, or she cooked very well, she cooked nicely, or something like that. And that was long time ago. Coming back to Miss Pushpa, she's most popular lady with men also and ladies also. So here there is, first comes the pairing of words. The word men is normally paired with women, and ladies is paired with gentlemen. So with men and women. And then with men also and ladies also. That should be corrected as either with men as well as women, or with men and women alike, not with men also and ladies also, with men as well as women, or with men and women alike. Whenever I asked her to do something, she was saying no. Whenever I asked her to do something, she would not say no. Note, she was saying, sorry, whenever I asked her to do something, she was saying just now only, yes. And this she was saying should be replaced with she would say. Whenever I asked her to do something, she would say, I'll do it just now. Not just now. See, here it has been given as just now only I will do it. There is a wrong way of putting words. I'll do it just now. She would say, I'll do it just now. That is showing good spirit. Again, continuous tense. That shows good spirit. Not that is showing good spirit. That shows good spirit. That shows her good spirit. I am always appreciating the good spirit. Again, the verb appreciate has been put in continuous tense. Instead of saying I am always appreciating the good spirit, you should say I always appreciate the good spirit. I always appreciate the good spirit. Pushpa miss is never saying no. So here there is the inversion of the words Pushpa and miss. When we say Miss Pushpa, there is nothing wrong if the woman is unmarried. Usually the word miss refers to an unmarried woman. You can say Miss Pushpa. When you say Miss Pushpa, we get the impression that Pushpa is an unmarried woman. But here there is the inversion of the two words, Pushpa miss. When we say Pushpa miss, it gives a different meaning. Here miss is meant, miss has been used as a synonym for the word teacher, a lady teacher. Miss has been used as a synonym for a lady teacher. Miss doesn't give such a meaning. As I mentioned just now, miss indicates an unmarried woman. But most often we find our students referring to lady teachers as miss. Whether she is married or unmarried, whether she is young or old, even if she is a grandmother. In Malayalam, the word miss means Kumari. So, it is something funny, something ridiculous to address an old woman as Miss so-and-so. That would be equal to saying Kumari, Lakshmi Kuti Amma or so. So that is ridiculous. But you know how this practice came into being? It has come from convent schools. You know, in convent schools, most of the lady teachers are nuns. And they are unmarried. So there is nothing wrong in addressing them as Miss. And this constant addressing, this continued addressing of teachers in the convent schools as Miss, gradually made the students believe that Miss is a synonym for a lady teacher. Okay, so the use of Miss Pushpa, the expression Miss Pushpa, Pushpa miss is wrong. And then Pushpa Miss is never saying no. Again, wrong use of present continuous tense. She never says no. Miss Pushpa never says no. And as I mentioned earlier, if she is a married woman, then it is wrong to say Miss Pushpa. It should be Mrs. Pushpa or Srimati Pushpa. Srimati is a Malayalam expression, but we use it in English. And while using Mrs. before a woman's name, her husband's name also should be added to her name. Mrs. Pushpa Narayan or something. You can't simply say Mrs. Pushpa. Okay, then she never says no. Miss Pushpa or Mrs. Pushpa so and so or Srimati Pushpa never says no. Whatever I ask her to do, she will never say no, or she never says no. That is the proper way of putting the idea there. She never says no. Whatever I or anybody asks her to do, she is always saying yes. She always says yes. And today, she is going to improve her prospects. So this going to, if you express a word with going to, it indicates a future action. For example, when I say I am going to buy a car, it doesn't mean that now I am going to the market to buy a car. The meaning here is I have decided to buy a car, or I intend to buy a car. Here, Miss Pushpa is going to a foreign country. She is going abroad to improve her prospects. So when you say she is going to improve her prospects, you won't get the meaning she is going to some other country or so. So she is going to improve her prospects is a wrong way of using words there. She is going abroad, or she is going to some foreign country to improve her prospects. And we are wishing her bon voyage. Again, the word wish, that also cannot be put in continuous tense. So instead of we are wishing her bon voyage, we should say we wish her bon voyage. We wish her bon voyage. And the meaning of bon voyage, I think you know the meaning. In Malayalam we can use the expression Shubhayatra. We wish her bon voyage. Now the final 3 lines. I ask other speakers to speak. You shouldn't say other speakers to speak. You should say I ask others to speak. I ask others to speak, or I request others to speak. Not other speakers to speak, others. I ask others to speak. And afterwards, Miss Pushpa will do the summing up. Again, there is a mistake there. See, summing up means to give a summary. Suppose there is a discussion or a symposium or a seminar. There will be a few persons speaking there. They express their views, and there will be a moderator, and it is the duty of the moderator to sum up or to summarize the main points presented by the others. But in the case of Miss Pushpa, she is not there to give a summary of what the others have said. And if she does so, that will be awkward here. What she is expected of is to give her response or to give a reply to the words spoken by others. So we can say, or we should say, afterwards Miss Pushpa will express her response, or she will respond to the words or the opinions expressed by others, or she will give a reply and not summing up. So the poem ends here, and I think you have understood some of the common mistakes mentioned in the poem. There are innumerable such mistakes that creep into our English, or that creep into our use of English. All those mistakes cannot be included in this kind of a small poem. But yes, the poet has explained some of the most prominent mistakes. That's all. Thank you.